Okay, there's a full set of League One fixtures this weekend, so I'm just going to quickly run through my predictions. Kicking us off, Blackpool take on Barnsley. Blackpool 23rd, won one of their opening 7, just 4 points on the board. I do wonder how long Steve Bruce is going to last there. Taking on Barnsley, who've had a brilliant start, 5 wins out their opening 7, sat in 3rd place. Scoring quite a few goals, and I fancy them to win again this weekend. So I've gone for a 2-1 away win. Bolton take on Wigan in a local derby. Bolton, they've only lost one of their opening 8, but they have drawn 5. So, yeah, I guess their season could go either way. Wigan, decent start. They've only lost 2. Picked up 3 wins and 3 draws, so they're sat nicely in 8th place. But I do fancy in Bolton this one. Derby games are normally quite tight, but I fancy Bolton to nick it, so I've gone for a 2-1 home win. Lincoln take on Luton. Really good start for Lincoln. Only lost one of their opening 8, won 4, drawn 3. Luton, they've won 4 and lost 3, so they're not doing draws by the looks of it this season. But I fancy Lincoln to nick this one, so I've gone for a 1-0 home win. Cardiff take on Bradford. This is first v second. I think everyone expected Cardiff to be up there this year, but absolutely brilliant start from Bradford, who came up from League 2 last year. Looks like they could have a really good season. They've only lost one of their opening 8. Picking up 5 wins, so it's a brilliant start. But yeah, Cardiff 1-5, drawn 2. They've only let in 2 goals. I think they look by far the strongest team in this division, and I fancy them to get another win this weekend, so I've gone for a 2-0 home win. Doncaster take on Wimbledon. Doncaster, brilliant start, sat in 5th, 5 wins out of 8. Wimbledon, another team that don't do draws. They played 8, won 4 and lost 4. But yeah, I fancy Doncaster at home in this one, so I've gone for a 2-0 home win. Huddersfield take on Burton. Huddersfield sat in 6th place, scored quite a few goals this season. I think they're the highest scorers so far in League 1. Taking on Burton, who played a couple games less than most teams, but they are sat in 22nd with just 1 win. But yeah, home win in this one, 3-0 to Huddersfield. Plymouth take on Peterborough. Plymouth had a terrible start. They've won 3 of their last 4 now. Peterborough finally picked up a win last weekend at home to Wycombe. That was their first win of the season. So they're just joint bottom now, being a really poor start for them. I love both these teams for goals, so I think there'll be plenty of them. But yeah, I think Plymouth will continue their good form, and I've gone for a 4-1 home win. Port Vale take on Mansfield. Port Vale got their first win of the season last week, obviously because I bet against them. They were going to do that. They take on Mansfield, who are sat in 13th. I don't think there'd be a lot between these two, so I've gone for a 1-1 draw. Reading take on Leyton Orient. Reading are having such a slow start this season. Thought they might be in for a good year, but yeah, 7 games in and they're sat in 21st place. Leyton Orient, a bit of a mixed start for them, hanging around in mid-table, but I think this will be a tight game, so I've gone for a 1-1 draw. Rotherham take on Stockport. Rotherham, again, down in 18th. They were pretty poor last season. They seem to have continued that into this season. Stockport, bit of a mixed start. I know a lot of people fancy them this year. I mean, they're not really a miles away, but they're sat in 10th place. I do fancy them to win this weekend, so I've gone for a 2-1 away win. Stevenage take on Exeter. Stevenage had a brilliant start. I know a lot of their fans thought they were in for a good year, and they're not wrong so far. 1-5 of their opening 7. Exeter, like I said, I bet on them last weekend, and of course they lost. They lost 5 of their opening 8. They've won 3. But yeah, I can't see them getting anything at Stevenage, so I've gone for a 2-0 home win. And finally, Wycombe take on Northampton. Wycombe, they sacked their manager today, replaced him with Michael Duff. Been a poor start for them. I think a lot of people thought Wycombe would be up there again this year. But yeah, real slow start in 19th place. Northampton in 15th place, not a team for goals. They've scored 5 and let in 6. And I think this is going to be quite a boring game, so I've gone for a 0-0 draw. So anyway, that's my predictions for this weekend. Let's see how I get on.